They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Virginia Tech Hokies, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Power football with the run. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Firing to the right, complete. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Backed up now, here's second and long. To keep it in the air. Throws for the tight end. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick.
Man, that's not the start they need. You're already the underdog. You've struggled this season going against a really good team. First drive, first possession, man, what do? You turn the football over. That's probably why they have a losing record.
This offense has it with really good field position. They'll try the run. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Might be calling a hot route. Back to pass. Makes the grab. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, And quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Now on the option. He'll pitch it. There he goes. A tremendous run. He was full bore after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution.
And what a great decision by the quarterback. Like it's such a timing and an art when you run this option. Like you want to get those guys to collapse on you like he does and get that pitch man open. And then you see now he has space to run down the field and make the big play.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Martin. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. You can hand it to him. You can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? They're finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue to highlight this guy.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
That is an impressive run. And I'll tell you, I know when we think Virginia Tech offense, we're always talking about running quarterbacks, but they've oftentimes had a running back to go along with that mobile QB threat. It makes this rushing attack so difficult to stop. This guy right here really has the ability to do it on his own, though. Because of his speed and power, he is dangerous.
Man, this defense is dialed and already forced one interception. Had a chance right there to get another one. Everything this offense does so far, they are reading it, breaking on it, and making some plays.
From the gun, the ground game. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball off.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Touchdown, Virginia Tech! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
Well, one of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
He'll bring it out. It's Farrell. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Pulls it in. It's Brown. He's past the 30. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience, bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. unloads to the wideout. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Here's a heat. Quarterback now breaking the field. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. The give to the tailback. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Here comes the heat. The sure hands, it's Selden. At the 40, there he goes. Wide open spaces. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
He'll ride his man on the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that round.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink when you knock it off the crossbar. Those are the ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed opportunity.
Not much of a gain there on the ground, and that will do it for the 1st quarter. It's been punch, counter punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the 1st quarter stats. They fought to a standstill in the 1st. Let's see who gets the edge early in the 2nd. Quarterback making adjustments. Back to pass on 2nd down. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. That's reeled in. It's Williams. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Caught near the the sticks. It's Davidson. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon.
Breaks into the open. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Fires to the tight end. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Trying to power it in. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Under fire. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger. The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Gives it on the option. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's Wiggins.
And as a quarterback, that's what you want to do on these deep go route type throws. You want to put a lot of air under it so your guy can turn around, locate it, and then make the catch.
Yeah, and that's so hard to stop. I mean, I'm running full speed down the field with a guy that's this fast, and I don't know where the ball is and when it's coming out, and trying to make a play on it is extremely difficult.
And that's why he is an all-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
He'll pull it down and run. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on 3rd down. Here comes the option. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
You can skin the cat a lot of different ways. You're just trying to get enough yards to pick up that 1st down. It's not the dive man. It's not the quarterback. He makes the right read, pitches it out, and he's just able to get enough to keep these sticks moving.
Fires to the tight end. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Out of bounds at the very edge of the red zone at the 20.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
And the Hokies will snap it on 1st and 10. Handoff to the single running back. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
You know, you're in the red zone. You bring out a bunch of tight ends on the field. So the defense, they were expecting a run on that one. They were physical, and they were able to force the negative play.
This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll play it safe and try for 3. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. He splits the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it out. It's Farrell. He'll be out of bounds at the 23 after gambling and bringing it out of the end zone. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. It's caught downfield. They bring him down, but it'll be 1st down at the 42. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Gonna take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Finds his tight end. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Making side adjustments here. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. That's caught. It's Moore. Turning it on! That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Hokies will kick it off to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Farrell. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and
oh, he wants it all. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Now, you might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit him with a big run, now they hit him with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. Which coverage do I want to put? Do I want to put more people in the box to stop the run? When you've got this kind of balance on offense, the defense can't be right.
They'll line up for a second down play. Looking to pass, it's Denson. Good timing on the quick out. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup, spotted at the 25-yard line. He was all by himself out there. Someone just lost track of their assignment.
And that's so frustrating because you want to make offenses earn it. And you don't want to give up big plays and bust coverages and let people run wide open, especially good players. Like, you know this guy's a good player, and you let him run wide open down the field.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
That's caught. It's Moore. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job recognizing the route defensively there. As soon as that ball was thrown, that defender knew exactly who it was going to, and he was able to make the tackle at the perfect time. No gain on that one.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's on target and complete. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
And that is a huge conversion on third and long for the offense. I think a lot of people thinking, hey, we're just going to try to get a couple yards, help our kicker out here to kick a field goal. But instead, they get a massive play, and now all of a sudden they're thinking touchdown here, first and goal.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Clemson.
Let's see what Clemson comes up with on first and goal. He's looking to throw. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year. And
no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Off the play fake on first down. Makes the grab. It's Overton. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. Second and 10, really hard. Third and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
It's complete on the right side. They're working their way toward midfield. He's out of bounds at the 46. And the Hokies will snap it on first and 10. To the ground with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Little touch pass to the receiver. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why
trying to get behind the defense. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
Well, the best thing that's happened so far in this game for this offense has been looking this guy's way and giving him a shot. He has their only touchdown in this game, so they're trying to take another shot down the field. Good job in coverage defensively. You've got to be aware of where this guy is because right now he's been their biggest playmaker.
And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Makes the catch. It's Brown. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got two-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs.
play action does so many things. When you run the football and have success, it slows everybody down. Not just the linebackers and the safeties and make them come up, but the defensive line. They're thinking run as well, slows down the pass rush, gives me a little bit more time to develop routes and make it really easy on my quarterback.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it all in that last play.
The Hokies with a second and short to keep this drive moving. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Lost a throw on first down. grabbed behind the line. It's Overton. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Zings it complete to the right. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. This field goal would make it a one-possession game, and the crowd trying to get in this guy's head. No good. After the missed field goal, still down by 11. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. The running back has it. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Clemson jumps to the line. Might be changing the route. On third down, he drops to throw. Dumps it to the back. The sure hands, it's Davidson. Gashing the knee on the right. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
Picks up the first down, still moving. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
They'll run play action, moving away from pressure. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
I love it. The defense brings extra bodies near the line of scrimmage. They choose to blitz, get to him, try to speed up the processor just a little bit, force the scramble, no damage done. Nice job by this defense making him think really quickly and make a decision.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. The Tigers line it up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. We're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. A bit frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this time around, see if they can redeem themselves. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
Rushes on him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Here's a throw downfield late. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains, they were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but...
And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on 4th down.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride, just letting them try not to get any more points in the scoreboard.
And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Leaves it with the back. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Tough, determined run. Gets it down to the 12.
A lot of times on 2nd down, you're thinking pass, especially 2nd, maybe in a little bit long. Really good job by the offense, committing to the running game, getting the 1st down really easily.
Down to the 12-yard line, it's 1st down. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play their ability to go sideline to sideline, win at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep play.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do on defense? We bring in all the big bodies, so there's not a lot of space in there to run. I like
touchdown Clemson, and the pummeling has started. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. These guys looking to put the finishing touches on this game with that score.
Yeah, I think you feel confident that ends it, right? Late in the game, it would take a miracle for the defense to get back in it. That miracle is no longer coming now.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. It's complete to the right. Oh, the sweet feet. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for now. Trying to beat the D deep. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. From the red zone, looking for a man. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Fires to the wideout. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things.
And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Trying to take it back.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end.